Hey guys, this is Alex.
This is Amanda.
This is Night of the Batman. We're here today to review issue 3 of the Batman New 52. I'm just going to call it issue 3 of the Court of Owls storyline.
Yeah.
I usually handle the summaries, so do you want to start?
Okay, so I'm gonna make a blanket. This was probably the one I found the least interest in so far.
Yeah, I could see that.
So all the others had started with the little history thing, which is kind of what gets me into it.
Interesting.
It ties the beginning and end together,
Mm-hmm.
and it makes it like very nice and succinct. And this doesn't start off like that. This goes straight into I guess like a flashback of Alan Wayne running through Gotham in his night clothes, and he's found by the police, and they're like, "Oh no, let's get him a towel. You're gonna be okay, Mr. Wayne. Like, we're gonna make sure you're okay." And then all of a sudden, he's just vanished, and he fell down a manhole.
There was something interesting about that, and I'm sure you noticed this too because it was like really apparent. But how the cops treated him before when they thought he was just some random homeless person, and then how they treated him once they realized that he was like some famous person, basically.
Yeah.
It's like interesting. Like it's not like they don't really highlight it. It doesn't really factor into the story that much, but I thought it was just a little interesting detail because it's realistic.
Yeah.
Problematic, but realistic.
And he looks like such a sad old man and like frail. I don't know. He just makes me sad.
It makes you wonder what they did to him, or like how much he's gone through with the Court of Owls, if that's how he looks.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Then it transitions to Batman fighting the Gotham branch of the Ukrainian mob.
Yeah, the Whisper Gang, because he's trying to get information.
Yeah, and he's talking about how tough they are because for their first year being in the States, they have like metal masks like permanently attached to their face. That would be uncomfortable. What if you have to blow your nose?
It's something that works in a comic that it's like just don't it's cool, just don't think too hard about it.
Anyway, so yeah, apparently they're so tough unless there's a magnet, and
that was really cool.
He magnetizes a train, and they all get like stuck to it. They're like, oof, like their faces. That had to suck. They probably died.
Yeah, like that was the thing I was thinking. I'm like, how did he come by later and make sure they were okay, or they just keep going? Because we don't ever get a follow up to that scene. Like,
yeah,
like that would be like horrifying.
And next thing you do, you see Bruce talking to Alfred, and Alfred is like talking about bats and how bats need some sunlight. And Bruce is like, I don't care about bats right now. I want to know about owls. And Alfred's like, well. And he talks about the Court of Owls. Oh. And, yeah. So he talks about the Court of Owls and tries to get Bruce to drink some tea. And Bruce is like, I'm going to go out. Like you said.
It's like medicinal stuff in it too. Like I've read some of it, and like they were theorizing that like he was trying to force him basically to go to sleep because he hadn't been sleeping, so he put some medicinal stuff in there to kind of knock him out.
Yeah.
But Bruce doesn't sleep, so you know.
And then Bruce goes to visit Lincoln in the hospital.
He looks like shit.
And Lincoln's like, man, I only got one stab. You got like 2 stab wounds and like thrown out a window, and you're like up and out and about doing fine. He's like, and I'm in the hospital. They talk a little bit about his campaign, about the owls. Lincoln tells him a little bit about the orphanage he grew up in, and about how there was a creak on one of the floors, and how the nuns kept having people out to try to like fix it. And then one day, a nun noticed a like strange depression around like the corners, and turns out it was sitting on a sinkhole, and they were at a wall. Eventually, like the house would have collapsed with them in it, and how you don't want to get too caught up on small details when there are bigger things afoot, which kind of makes me think that, like, Lincoln, I mean, obviously Lincoln knows more about what's going on than he's letting on, but, like, you know, just, it's kind of like he's trying to lead Bruce to them.
Do you think you would be thinking that if I didn't tell you the twist, or?
I don't know. I mean, it would be weird. It would be weird that he would be implying that, you know?
Yeah, I always got kind of weird vibes even before I knew the twist, like, from him, where I'm just like, this guy is, like, a new character, so, like, he probably, like, kind of what you're saying, where I'm like, history of these kind of mystery things is just, like, if there's a random new character introduced, it's most likely them.
Yeah. And so Bruce was like, alright, I'm gonna leave my guys to keep an eye on you, and he's like, but if they're watching me, who's watching you? So Bruce, that's when we get our little history lesson. Bruce is flying around at all the buildings, and he goes to Wayne Tower, and he finds the 13th floor, and he finds that it's like a little owl hideout. And he's like, owls take over their nests. Like, they don't build their own nests. They invade other nests, and they take over.
Did you know that before this?
I think so.
I don't think I did. I actually learned some interesting things about, like...
Like, I knew that before reading this. I just don't know when I learned it.
Yeah, it's like an interesting fact. Also, apparently owls are kind of dumb. Are they dumb?
It depends. Like, some... Like, they're really smart when it comes to, like, echolocation, but they're not, like, smart. They're not, like, the smartest birds. The smartest birds are, like, the corvids. So, like, crows and ravens. They are smarter than some dogs. And, they can have... So, like, they can replicate speech. And...
Really?
Yeah, like... Ravens can talk the same way parrots can talk, but they're so much cooler. And crows can, a little bit. But yeah, like, crows can be as smart as a 7-year-old child.
So do you think maybe, this is totally unrelated, and we'll get back on topic in a minute, do you think that's maybe what some of the inspiration was for, Edgar Allan Poe with the Raven?
Probably, because like I said, ravens can, mimic speech. I think all corvids can. All corvids are, like, smart. So, like, magpies, crows, blue jays. I'm pretty sure blue jays. Maybe not blue jays. I think blue jays are corvids, too.
What is corvid? What does that mean?
The type of birds that they are.
Oh, okay.
So you've got, you have your raptors. You have your, like... Anyway, the only real order of birds that I care about are corvids. Because my favorite birds are crows. Anyway, and owls are, like, obviously, like, a type of bird as well. You have, like, different species of owls. You have different species of corvids.
What's your favorite kind of owl? It's random, but I was just thinking about it.
Barn owls are cute. Burrowing owls.
I like the ones that have, like, the round heads with, like, the big eyes.
Yeah.
What are those? Are those burrowing?
Are they little? Burrowing owls are really tiny.
It's the one, like, that gave Harry his thing in the Harry Potter movie.
Well, most owls look like that.
But you know what I mean? Like, that type. I like that type.
Do you like Hedwig, like snowy owls?
Just whatever one that is that looks cute looking, I don't know.
Hedwig is very cute. Snowy owls are very cute.
Okay, then that.
Barn owls are also very cute. And then burrowing owls...
They look so studious.
Burrowing owls are so pretty. I like owls, but I prefer corvids. Also, crows and owls, like, hate each other, and they will, like, run fates on sight. So owls are often, like, killed by crows, because crows are, travel in murders. So, like, a group of crows is called a murder. And, I'm so sorry that this is so off topic.
So, what you're saying is that the crow should have fought the Court of Owls?
Yeah. Okay,
that would be a fun crossover.
Well, listen, because, like, crows, so, when an owl sees a crow, it automatically kills it. When crows see owls, they automatically attack them. They are, like, it is, like, a natural instinct to hate each other.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, sorry guys, that was just something, so, like, I wanted to go in that direction.
He finds, like, in Wayne Tower, the 13th floor, Court of Owls, he finds pictures from June 1891, and then he starts flying around asking about his grandfather's, fund that was to help with architecture.
Yeah.
And it keeps going to different buildings. And I think it's really cool because the outside of the building is shown in the owl's eye. And then, like, you see what he finds inside. And it's, like, a Talon uniform and a picture of the Court of Owls. And then a Talon uniform and a picture of the Court of Owls. And a Talon uniform and a picture of the Court of Owls. And a Talon uniform. There's no picture in this one. But there's an owl!
Yeah, like the ceiling owl. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I know it's like a serious... Sorry, I'm looking at the top panel.
Oh, no, I meant like the actual owl.
Oh, yeah, no, I was talking about this. There's a panel where I'm pretty sure he's looking at a dead owl that's like stuffed possibly at the top of one. Yeah, I've seen that. But
that's the same owl. Because I think
is it alive?
I don't know, but I think
it's hard to tell. It's a comic.
That's the same building, and so there is a picture of the Court of Owls. It's just you can't see it in this one, but it's like on the back side of that wall, opposite of that Talon suit. See?
Mm. But yeah, like it's just kind of like a little bit comedic. Him staring into the owl's eyes like that. It's kind of cute because this little cute owl.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting because like
2006.
Because like owls, like it's pointed out, like owls kill bats, but also the other thing that I thought was interesting, and it totally fits with his character. I know you won't remember this because we've only read it, or you've only read it once, but the first issue of Batman ever, he says that criminals are like a superstitious, cowardly lot. And so, like, of course, he wouldn't himself believe in, like, superstitions like the Court of Owls, so it totally fits with his character since, like, day one. And that's, like, one of the things I thought about recently. I'm like, yeah, no, it checks out that, like, he would say something all the way back there, like more than decades ago, like, almost... It's almost like 100 years, more than 100 years ago at this point, right? Like,
when?
Like, since its first appearance, like 39?
No, it wouldn't be 100 years. It's 90, almost 90 years.
Oh, yeah, so like 90 years ago.
Like 80, I think it's like actually 85.
Yeah, like 85, and like they like loop it back around to that, and so I thought that was kind of cool, like just taking something from his character as to why he wouldn't believe this. Also, like, we've previously established his ego and everything.
So... the end of the thing, they blow up the building Batman's in. Like, they blow up that 13th floor.
Yeah.
And you just see the Talon with his owl just looking at him.
I kind of wish in the show, the Gotham Knights, that they had, like, I know it would have been out of their budget, but just have a owl, like, on one of their shoulders or something.
Yeah.
Would have been kind of cool.
So, I think it felt very disjointed to me. It wasn't it didn't feel like a continuous story. Like, the parts didn't flow together in a way that made sense like the other issues had. It feels very transitional, and I feel like...
It's like an in-between point.
Yeah, and it felt, like, short, like, too short.
Yeah, I could see that.
I think because of how disjointed it felt like each part was just, like, short. I don't really have much to say. There was no Dick Grayson in this one, so I'm sad.
It's not, for the record, he's not going to be in every issue of this. I hate to disappoint you, but...
Why did I agree to read this again?
I mean, in the future, I was showing you some stuff while we were off mic about, like, when Dick Grayson was Batman, and we could cover that as well at some point.
Yeah. So, sorry, excuse my yawn.
It's okay.
I'm sleepy girlies.
Anyway, you were concluding your thoughts.
I think Bruce is obviously, like, a little bit obsessive over this right now.
Yeah.
And not in a healthy way, and I think that...
Well, it's Bruce.
Yeah, but, like, I feel like it's gonna end poorly for him, and he, I don't know, like,
You don't even know.
Like Girly Pop needs to, like, maybe go to a therapist?
Oh, how you saw his great-great-grandfather? Not to spoil anything, I assume a lot of you guys have read this. I'm not really going to spoil it, but I will say that's nothing compared to what happens to him.
Yeah.
Like, he gets psychologically broken, and that's all I'm going to say.
Also, since you know, Batman's all about black and dark and edgy things. Can we talk about the new dark, edgy thing in your life?
Well, you've been in my life for a long time, so I don't know what you're referring to.
My hair, specifically.
Oh, yeah, her hair is, she got her hair cut and dyed black, and she's really excited about it. She looks very cute.
Yeah. I don't understand. I cut, over a foot off of my hair.
But, yeah, we both enjoyed this for the most part. I do agree with you. I was reading it, and I'm like, there's not much in this one. Because I don't usually, whenever I am reading this, I don't read it just, issue by issue. I'll just read through it, the storyline.
Yes.
Yeah, and so, with that, and also with binge culture in general, those little lulls and stuff, you kind of overlook them whenever you look back because you just binge through it. You don't have those pauses like you would if you're reading something month to month or week to week.
Yeah. So we all know that I'm, a binge culture girly because I get really obsessive with things and I can't not finish it. I read the entire Harry Potter series in less than a week. The first time I read them because I was anxious. I knew how they ended, but I needed to know how the books, nuanced the endings as opposed to, movies and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I read all of the Twilight books, a day apiece. I don't take a long time to read books unless I have to. And so, I don't know. I don't like suspense. I don't like not knowing. And I feel like this is a suspenseful story, so I wouldn't mind binging through the rest of it, but I know you don't want to do that, so.
Yeah, I want to kind of naturally reach those places just because I know where it's going, but I would like to get your reaction of it too, just to see what you think.
Also, I think we should go ahead and get the second volume. How many volumes are there?
I don't know. I'll let you use my DC stuff though, so you can just read it virtually.
Physical media.
Oh my god, we
I'll
don't.
Order it. I'm ordering nails anyway because I want to do my nails. So.
I thought we didn't have the money for that.
I said you don't have the money. There's a difference.
Oh my god, you should have even less. Anyway, guys, we're not gonna have this talk on the air right now. Anyway. Sometimes when we podcast so much, sometimes I forget this thing is on. But anyway, we would recommend this one, right?
Obviously, I recommend this whole story. I haven't even finished it yet, but it's gonna be good.
What a world! What a time to be alive, where Amanda gives a glowing recommendation to a Batman story. What a world we live in.
You are so mean to your
I'm
wife.
not mean. You're the ones oh, it's Batman. I'll watch it because I love you, which I mean is very sweet. But I'm I feel like if you were out in the wild, you wouldn't, unless they had Nightwing on the cover, you wouldn't be oh, this Batman thing. Let me grab it.
Maybe if it had Babs on it.
Maybe.
You know I love Babs.
I feel like, and I'm not saying all of this stuff, but I feel like you said previously, and I'm getting more into Spider-Man recently just because I've been reading Ultimate Spider-Man, which also, I know this is a DC podcast, but if you haven't read Ultimate Spider-Man, definitely do it. I haven't finished it, but the part I am reading now I have read before, and it's one of the best, if not the best, Spider-Man comic run ever, I think.
The Amazing Spider-Man Spider Run, but whatever.
You talking about the Spider-Verse?
The Amazing Spider-Man run.
I heard Superior's really good, too.
I've heard really good things about Superior Spider-Man, but I also do like the Spider-Verse, specific, storyline.
Yeah.
I've got all of the individual issues somewhere. It's on the comic shelf. It was on, my section of the comic shelf, but I think you've mushed them all together.
Spider-Cast incoming in the future if Amanda ever decides to do it.
No, there's only one podcast I want to have. And I'm waiting for my child to come record with me.
But she moved out. She's in college.
I know. I gotta call her.
Anyway, this is stuff we could talk about off air.
She called me emo today. I sent her a picture of my hair. I was like, "What you think?" And she's like, "Emo," and I'm like,
"That's funny."
Well.
Anyway.
Well, thank you for listening to us ramble. we do recommend the story.
I'd like to think we were entertaining.
I mean, obviously, but like.
Oh, I wasn't gonna just assume.
Well, no,
I was gonna say I thought we did good. And go egotistical, like, well, obviously.
I think I'm hilarious.
You can be
get
funny
that from
sometimes.
my mother.
Your mom has like a laugh riot every time she says something. Like everything she says is like this hilarious thing. It's like it's her reactions that make me laugh most of the time. Kind of like. Anyway, I might cut this off sooner.
Anyway, like we were saying, thank you for listening. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. We'll catch you next time on Night at Batman.
We'll come up with an outro at some point.